If you're on a fat loss or weight loss journey, I'm sure you've heard a lot and done a lot of research about calorie deficits, macro splits, calorie cycling, intermittent fasting, all kinds of things. But in today's video, I'm gonna go over the top 5 underrated and often overlooked habits that are very, very important for long-term success in fat loss or weight loss. So if you've been on a fat loss journey for a while and you're not really seeing the results you want, this video is for you. Or if you're looking to start a fat loss journey and you've gone over your calories, your macros, you've got your workout set, you also need to watch this video because you don't want to overlook or forget about these 5 most important factors for long-term, sustainable, healthy fat loss. So as always, I want to get right into it. But of course, if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you get a notification when I release a new video just like this one every single week. My name's Michelle Roots, kinesiologist, personal trainer, nutrition coach, and motivation specialist. I have over 18 years experience in the industry helping people increase lean muscle and decrease body fat to become the strongest, leanest, healthiest versions of themselves. And I created this channel because I want to help you as well. Oftentimes when people are on a fat loss journey, they focus on calorie deficit, macronutrient split, and their workouts. And although these 3 things are probably the most important in your fat loss journey, there's a few things that are often overlooked because they're so focused on eat less calories, move more, get enough protein, which again, don't get me wrong, these are very important. Now, as important as those 3 factors are, probably the top of the pyramid, my experience of coaching people and just answering random questions on social media, a lot of people have maybe those 3 things dialed in, but they're missing a few other factors that not only help them feel better during their fat loss journey, but also make their fat loss journey more health focused. Because in the end, as I always say, as much as a fat loss journey should be about aesthetics and how you want to look in your clothes and how you want to feel when you walk into a room, it should also be about health. Let's be honest. Longevity of life, feeling good as you age, feeling strong, and just having healthy insides and feeling good on a day-to-day basis with energy levels. What are these 5 underrated health tips for fat loss or weight loss? Number 1, what we call NEAT. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So oftentimes when people are on a fat loss or weight loss journey, they are focused on what they do in the gym. So when you go to the gym, you're maybe there for an hour, 3 to 4 times a week. You're doing your strength training, maybe you're doing cardio, whatever it is. But that is your focus and that's your movement. These gym sessions are amazing and a very important part of your fat loss journey because if you're strength training, these gym sessions, that's where you're gonna build your muscle, well, and during recovery. If you're doing cardio, that's what's gonna improve heart health. That's what's gonna help you with your calorie burn. But if you're only doing this for 3 to 5 hours a week and then you sit at a desk for the rest of the day or you sit on your couch and watch TV, you're only necessarily increasing your calorie deficit in those specific hours that you're moving your body. Whereas non-exercise activity thermogenesis, this refers to all the calories you burn just going through your daily activities that aren't formal exercise programs. So things like cleaning, walking, taking the stairs instead of the elevator. The reason I put this as number 1 on the underrated habit for fat loss is because a lot of people do live sedentary lives. If you sit at a desk for 8 hours a day, whether you work from home or you work from the office, you can't really help that, but you can do little things like set an alarm on your phone to get up every hour if you can and move around. Maybe go up and down the stairs a few times. Maybe it means you're going for a walk on your lunch break. Maybe it means you're going for a walk after work. All of these little things start to add up. Maybe if you're going to the grocery store, you park a little bit further away. So you have to walk a little bit further to get to the grocery store. These minimal things will add up over time and will boost your daily calorie expenditure without even noticing it. I just want to take a minute to thank today's video sponsor, Element, one of my go-tos for replenishing my electrolytes after sweaty workouts. Electrolytes are so important for so many functions in the body, including hormonal regulation, nutrient absorption, and fluid balance. Sometimes water just isn't enough, and Element has the perfect balance of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. And better yet, 0 artificial sweeteners, 0 sugar, so no junk. Element can help prevent and eliminate headaches, muscle cramps, fatigue, sleeplessness, and other common symptoms of electrolyte deficiency. Right now, Element is offering my listeners a free sample pack with any order. That's 8 single-serving packets free with any Element order. Get yours at drinkelement.com/Michelle. This deal is only available through my link. You must go to drinkelement lmnt.com/Michelle. Underrated habit for fat loss number 2, quality sleep and stress reduction. Now, don't get me wrong. I've said this before. I have 2 children, and I understand, depending on the phase of your life, you might not have a say in how much sleep you get each night, depending on your work schedule. But if you are someone who is on a fat loss journey and you find you're staying up late just to watch Netflix because you can, or you're scrolling through social media until midnight and you have to be up at 5 or 6 in the morning for work, that's where you have to decide if you're actually serious about this journey of health and your fat loss journey. You have to, just like when we were a kid, set yourself a bedtime, put the screens away, and focus on getting a quality good night's sleep. And why is sleep important? So when you're sleep deprived, when you haven't had your 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night, so other than feeling like you can just function better in life because you've had 6 to 8 hours of sleep, why will this affect your fat loss journey? What happens when we haven't had a good night's sleep or haven't had enough sleep? Your body starts producing more of the hormone ghrelin, which will increase your appetite, as well as less leptin, which helps you feel more full, which means you're more likely to overeat or reach for high calorie comfort foods because maybe your body's looking for the sugar to help you feel more energy and feel more awake. On top of that, chronic stress will elevate your cortisol levels, which not only leads to fat storage, especially in the midsection, but will also in turn disrupt your sleep patterns. And let's be honest, when you haven't had a good night's sleep, you know what also is gonna suffer? Your workouts. So you're not gonna be able to push as hard in your workouts. You're not gonna feel good, which in turn will cycle through and affect your fat loss journey as well. Quality sleep and decreasing chronic stress can play a huge role in seeing results in your fat loss goals. And again, overall general health long-term and just feeling good on a day-to-day basis, which is gonna make this fat loss journey much more sustainable. Underrated fat loss habit number 3, fiber. So again, a lot of people focus on calorie intake, protein, carbs, and fats. But often, one thing I notice that a lot of people lack is enough fiber every single day. It's definitely one of the most underrated nutrients found in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, and plays a huge role in keeping you feeling full and satisfied, especially if you're eating in a calorie deficit with the goal of fat loss. So the reason fiber is so important is it helps slow down your digestion. It helps regulate your blood sugar and keeps you feeling more full for longer. High fiber foods also tend to be lower in calories but higher in volume. So you can consume a lot more, fill up your plate without consuming a whole bunch of calories. This is gonna make it so much easier to stay in your calorie deficit because you're not gonna feel starving all the time. When your focus is solely on the amount of calories you consume, as well as your protein, your carbs, and your fats, and you're looking at your macros that way, but you're not trying to focus on getting those high fiber, high volume foods. If you want some more ideas about high volume eating, I have a whole video on my channel talking about volume eating and the best high volume foods. I'll link that video in the description below if you want to learn more. But when you're focused more so on the calories, which in the end, yes, are more important, but again, we talk about how you want to feel in your calorie deficit. When you're constantly consuming processed foods, which are normally higher in calories and lower in fiber, you're not gonna get that feeling of fullness, and your meal sizes are gonna be smaller, which is gonna make it much harder to stay in your calorie deficit when you're constantly feeling hungry all the time. Now, of course, protein also does the same. It's gonna help you feel more full, and there's so many other benefits to protein, but a combination of getting lots of protein and lots of fiber is a combination for success, not only again for long-term sustainable health. Fiber is also gonna help you feel less bloated. It's gonna help with your digestion. It's gonna help with releasing things from your body, keeping everything functioning properly, and again, great for long-term health and sustainable fat loss. The average person should be aiming to get 25 to 35 grams of fiber minimum per day. I also have an entire video talking about how fiber can help with fat loss right here. I'll link that in the description below as well if you want to go watch that one. Coming in at number 4 is hydration, another underrated habit for fat loss. Drinking enough water each day is crucial for just overall health, but very important as well if you're on a fat loss or weight loss journey. Why is that? When you're dehydrated or you're not taking in enough water, your body can confuse dehydration for hunger, which in turn will lead you to eat more because you think you're hungry when you probably should have just needed a glass of water. When you're staying well hydrated, that's going to help regulate your appetite, support your digestion, so again, less bloating, keeping things moving smoothly, and can even play a role in boosting your metabolism slightly. Extra bonus, water is 0 calories. So A lot of times I tell people, if you're on a fat loss journey, try your best to minimize how many calories you are drinking. You know, whether it's soda, Slurpees, fancy coffees at coffee shops. Now these calories really start to add up, but they're not necessarily giving you any value. They're not giving you bang for their buck. There's no nutrients, there's no macronutrients, but it's an extra 300 or 400 calories that now you can't consume in food that's gonna fuel you properly. Hydration is always overlooked because a lot of people think, again, calories, protein, carbs, fats, they don't think about the importance of water and how that's gonna help you not only for your long-term sustainable health plan, but also in your fat loss journey. It's gonna make you feel more energy. And again, when you feel more energy, you're going to feel better throughout the day. You're gonna have less cravings. You're gonna feel more full. You're gonna have more energy to crush your workouts or get more movement in throughout the day. A great place to start is measuring out about half your body weight in ounces. And you should be drinking that every single day. But again, if you're someone who's just starting out on your water drinking journey and becoming more serious about drinking more water, you don't have to go from 0 to 100. Set little goals for yourself. If you normally only drink 1 water bottle a day, maybe you're gonna up it to 2 water bottles a day. And then the next week, you're gonna be like 2.5 water bottles. Whatever you calculate. So for example, if you have this cup or a water bottle that you have at home, what I like to do, calculate how many of these you have to drink a day to hit your water goal. Say I have to drink 3 of these a day to hit my water goal. I would put 2 elastic bands around the bottom. So every time I fill up the cup, I take a band off. And it's just a visual way to see, okay, I have 1 band left. I need to still drink this whole one, and then I got to fill it up again and drink it again. And visually you can see how much water you're drinking versus just kind of mindlessly filling up cups and random cups here and there, and you don't really know how much water you're drinking. That's a tip I give all my clients, and it does seem to help. And last but not least, number 5 is quality of food versus processed food. Now I kind of touched base on this a little bit earlier in the video, but again, this is something I find when people are really focused on hitting a protein goal or really focused on staying in a calorie deficit number, they're often relying on protein bars or quick grab and go things, a lot of processed food coming out of boxes because it's easier to track. Of course, you can scan a barcode. Now, of course, if your goal is fat loss, staying in your calorie deficit will be the most important for seeing results in your fat loss journey. But remember, not all calories are created equally. And the quality of food you eat can have a huge role on your fat loss journey. Because again, not only do we want to lose our body fat and start to look a little bit different, we also want to feel good. We also want to feel energized. We also want to make this a long-term health thing. So focusing the majority of your calories on whole, unprocessed food like lean proteins, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, again, packed with fiber, but packed with so many other nutrients and micronutrients that are gonna help your body function optimally. These foods are gonna help keep you feeling more full. They're gonna help you perform better in the gym. And again, just support your overall general health. So I'm not saying you can never eat processed foods. I do quite frequently. But again, what I preach on this channel all the time is 80-20 rule. Try and get 80% of your food from unprocessed whole foods and leave that other 20% for processed foods. By choosing 80% of your food from whole foods, you're not only probably cutting how many calories you're eating, you're fueling your body with better foods to support fat loss, building muscle, better sleep, and just overall energy level throughout the day. And again, I'll say it one more time, overall general health. There you go, guys. Those are the 5 most underrated fat loss tips that I see so often overlooked from many people who are getting into calorie tracking and getting into macros. And then I just want to point out one more time, remember, you do not have to be perfect. Every single day is not going to be perfect, but if you establish these simple habits of moving a little bit more throughout your day, prioritizing your sleep, going to bed a little bit earlier if you can, decreasing stress levels. So trying to find ways, if you're feeling stressed, what are things that you can do to help decrease your stress levels? Drinking more water, focusing on quality food, and focusing on getting high fiber foods into your day. These are simple things that, again, you don't have to be perfect every single day, but even if you pick one of these 5 habits to focus on this week and gradually every week or every 2 weeks, add in a new habit, add in a new focus, and they start to compile on top of each other. And before you know it, you're feeling great. you're feeling good in your fat loss journey, and you're starting to see the results that you wanted. As always, I hope this video was helpful. Any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'm always happy to help. And if you need more help with your nutrition or your workouts, or both, you can learn more about my one-on-one online coaching program. I'll leave the link in the description below. So have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.